Next on Investigative Report.
Running on empty. The truth about the electric car industry. One drawback to riding atop 900 pounds of lithium batteries in your car's floorboard is the inherent fire or explosion risk. Riskier still is Tesla's autopilot system, which some drivers believe makes the vehicle autonomous or self-driving. This false belief, coupled with excessive speed, has led to more deadly accidents as drivers attempt to race the speedometer needle beyond the vehicle's safe driving distance. But safety finds no solace in driving the posted speed limit, as some of these vehicles have trapped their occupants in 5,000-degree battery fires, sending them to the emergency room or burning them alive. And now, running on empty, the truth about the electric car industry.
Tesla's electric line of vehicles is capable of accelerating from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.4 seconds. This application of dual motors to the pavement is what wears down electric vehicles' tires faster than standard automobiles. Now, most people do not understand that Teslas are so fast that they leave even the Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 behind in a dual competition. This is one fast vehicle. It is Tesla's addictive speed that drives more accidents than owners that believe the vehicle's autopilot will prevent them from crashing and burning. Literally. In videos uploaded to YouTube from any country in which this vehicle is sold, we witness the results of high-speed crashes followed by battery breaches. Don't believe me? Turn on your television to any given week and you will see national news reporting on a Tesla model vehicle either crashing, breaking in half, or bursting into flames due to high-speed impacts. Normally, Tesla models are designed to protect the occupants and onboard batteries from this type of body shearing. Because of this, officials know that it takes more than standard driving to cause these sorts of happenings. In some cases, it is the driver, and others, the vehicle. When asked about Tesla's vehicle-to-fire ratio incidents, CEO Elon Musk stated that only 0.01% of Teslas have ever caught fire. But it depends on what that number means. Investigative Report has researched the number of actual Teslas on the road today. If Elon Musk's number holds true, that will still be a fleet of 200 vehicles. Since Tesla's inception, they have sold 2 million electric vehicles. Tesla has made 1,091,000 EVs since 2009. Tesla's Model 3 was the first electric car to have more than 1 million sales. Tesla's Model Y sold 80,000 vehicles in 2020 alone. But not all of Tesla's vehicle fires originate from high-speed impacts. There are other incidents. Tesla's model vehicles, as well as other EVs, skateboards, iPhones, and electric bikes have tendency to catch on fire at will. That's right, I said at will. Here is a video of one such Tesla fire in a parking garage that ends with an explosion and damage to nearby vehicles. If these sort of mishaps is what we can expect from a future of car manufacturing, then we need to have a conversation about driving hazardous cargo stored beneath our vehicle's floorboard. As consumers, we need a clear and concise information on how to extricate ourselves from such a fire that may end in total loss of the vehicle and a loss of your life. As it stands, once a fire starts on an EV platform, it is nearly impossible to put it out. The reason is that the lithium-ion batteries under the chassis pose a major hazard when the car is on fire. If the battery pack gets punctured or overheats, it goes into a mode called thermal runaway. Thermal runaway is a chemical reaction where batteries get superheated, forming uncontrollable burning. And the way that electric vehicles are powered triggers long burning fires when they crash and get into a serious accident. Electric cars rely on a bank of lithium-ion batteries similar to batteries found in a cell phone or your computer. But unlike a small phone battery, the large batteries found in the Tesla Model X, for instance, contain enough energy to power an average American home for more than 2 days. That is a lot of energy. Because Teslas and other electric vehicles are powered by lithium-ion batteries, firefighters have only 2 options when responding to these types of fires. Either let the flames burn out the vehicle until it's a shell of itself, or drown the vehicle in water. Then the second option is costly. Either way, both exercises still take several hours. Frustrated fire crews battling these dangerous flames decry that it is time for a new solution. In an NBCNews.com report, we witnessed firefighters struggling to put out a fire involving a Tesla crash that had taken 2 lives. Now, in this tragedy, firefighters were able to extinguish the fire, but then a small flare shot out of the bottom of the charred vehicle hull. So, it's one thing to put out a fire, but it's another thing to put out repetitious fire from the same vehicle. Firefighters quickly put out the flames. Minutes later, the car reignited for a 3rd time. Firefighters quickly consulted Tesla's first responders guide and realized that it would take far more personnel and water than they could have imagined initially. Eight firefighters ultimately spent 7 hours putting out this one vehicle. Additionally, firefighters end up using 28,000 gallons of water, an amount the department says they normally use in a month. That, my friends, is a lot of water for a fire. You could put out a house fire in less time. In the scheme of things, that is an astronomical amount of water. Did you know that the same volume of water serves an average American home for nearly 2 years? By comparison, a typical fire involving a traditional internal combustion engine can often be quickly put out with approximately 300 gallons of water, which is well within the 500 to 750 gallons capacity of a single fire engine. As the popularity of electric vehicle grows, firefighters nationwide are realizing that they are not fully equipped to deal with electric vehicle fires. As the world's public demand largely welcomes changing out gas vehicles for electric vehicles, most people fear the hell out of dying in one of those vehicle fires. To date, there have been 44 known cases of death involving incidents of Tesla cars. But Tesla is not the only leader in fire hazards.
A driver is dead after losing control of his car and crashing into a tree in Davie. This happened on South Flamingo Road near 12th Street. Davie police say the Tesla burst into flames on impact. Officers tried getting the victim out as soon as they arrived.
They attempted to break the window in an attempt to get the driver out, but the flames were too strong, too big, and they were unable to. There was also no doorknob, so they weren't able to try to get in the vehicle that way.
Police are not releasing the name of the driver until next of kin notifications have been made. The cause of the crash is under investigation.
On August 30, 2021, upon colliding with an electric taxi, the BYD car exploded and burst into flames, killing all 3 people. In fact, it is estimated that in China alone, 7 electrical vehicle fires happen a day. As I mentioned earlier, some of these cases involve Teslas that were in major car accidents. But then there is one incident in which Dr. Omar Alwan became trapped in his own car and burned to death. Dr. Omar Alwan, 48 years old at the time, died in February 2019 at the crash in his Model S on South Flamingo Road in Broward County, Florida. Now, Dr. Omar survived the initial impact, but did not survive the ensuing smoke and flames that engulfed his vehicle. Dr. Omar's family has now sued Elon Musk's car company, claiming that the father of five's burning and smoke inhalation death could have been avoided were it not for the Tesla's door handles. Now, why is this important? On the outside of Tesla, they have retractable handles when you get into the vehicle. Tesla's vehicle has special door handles which sit flush with the car's exterior body for styling. These handles retract into the vehicle while it's in motion, but can pop out when it comes to a stop to let people get inside of the vehicle, because there's no need to get outside of the vehicle because you have an inside handle. Now, after the crash, the initial rescuers on the scene were confused by the car's door handles, which hadn't popped out as usual. And because of this, they were unable to gain entry or break the vehicle's windows to extricate Dr. Omar from an hellish flames. First responders were left stumped because Teslas are meant to have two backup safety mechanisms for just such an emergency. The first backup sees the door handles pop out automatically. Now, in the event of an accident, unless it happens very abruptly that it damages the vehicle. The second option can allow first responders to break the car's windows and manually pop the doors out using a special mechanism located inside of the vehicle. But neither happened, and Awan's family insists it is because of his 2016 model car was faulty. Now, according to the police, Awan was speeding at the time of the crash. Omar Awan was driving his 2016 Model S on South Flamingo Road near Fort Lauderdale at approximately 4:30 p.m. that day when the car veered off the road. But it did this for a reason. Not because of the onboard autopilot, not because of the condition of the car. Police spokesman Sergeant Mark Leon says Omar appeared to overcorrect the car before totally losing control. The car then crossed 3 lanes of traffic and crashed into a row of trees into the median. Now, witnesses tried to save Omar, but an intense fire prevented them from getting any closer to the vehicle. Police say Awan's body was burned beyond recognition and that the car was traveling between 75 to 90 miles per hour at the time of the crash. As I said before, people combine speed and the belief that the autopilot will save you in an accident. The speed limit at this section of the road was 50 miles per hour, which meant that Omar was traveling between 25 to 40 miles per hour beyond the speed limit, thereby breaching the vehicle's battery pack. As I said before, if you breach the pack, the fire will start. Now, Awan was also found to be over the drunk driving limit. The Tesla has denied the claims made in the lawsuit, saying the car was functioning perfectly, and alleges that Awan was to blame for his own death. But I'm sure the family did not want to hear that. You see, Awan's family is standing firm and insisting he could have been saved were it not for the car's door handles, which they insist did not function properly after the accident. Now, the doctor's surviving spouse, Liliana, said, "Listen, these futuristic cars have benefits, but they also have high risk. And yes, death is one of those risks." She says, "Forget the technicalities of this. That, whatever. The bottom line is," she said, "that he was alive." She says he could have been saved. He could have been here. He could have been with us, with his children. And at the time, he was only 48 years of age. She says, "We have little kids. This was a prime of his life." Beyond the risk of catastrophic fires, the second biggest fear is accidents or deaths originated from autopilot malfunctions. Recent data between July 2021 to October 2022 with the U.S. Department of Transportation reported that 605 crashes involved vehicles equipped with advanced driver assistance, also known as autopilot. Now, the department also noted that 474 of those vehicles were Teslas. That's 3/4 of the accidents. Some of these crashes in that particular mode also resulted in deaths. Separately, since 2016, National Highway Transportation Safety Administration has opened 38 special investigations of crashes involving Tesla vehicles where advanced driver assistance systems, such as autopilot, were suspected of being used. And there are many cases in which these cars have ridden right into other vehicles. Now, overall, 19 crash deaths have been reported in those Tesla-related investigations. Now, in an ongoing autopilot issue, Tesla vehicles seem not to be able to identify first responder vehicles sitting on a road until it is too late and crashing into them. Now, you might have seen these on highways in a recent crash where Tesla drove right into the side of a fire truck. In the majority of the 16 crashes, the Tesla issued 4 collision alerts to the drivers just before impact. Automatic emergency braking intervened to at least slow the car in about half of those cases. Now, overall, Teslas are said to be safe vehicles. The company seems to be addressing vehicle fires as quickly as they put out a directive to avoid child labor law abuses in Kauai. But nonetheless, we must stay vigilant on these issues in order to keep the future of miners in Kauai first responders safe, drivers, the ecology, and the public safe as a whole. For Investigative Report, this is Charles Rivers. We thank you for watching.